Welcome to the video. In this video, we're going to look at creating a quick printout, and the purpose of the printout would be to get a piece of paper with the correct size of the shape of your car that you can trace onto a piece of wood. This is helpful if you have a car with fairly complex geometry. In the case of this example, this is kind of borderline. It does have some arcs and some straight lines. It's not the easiest thing to recreate without tracing, but it's also not the hardest either. I could figure out center points of arcs and then get a compass and draw these onto a piece of wood with a pencil. But we'll go through the creating a piece of paper that you can trace around option. So to do that, what you will do is you'll first come over here to design, and you will come down to where it says drawing, and then you've got two options, from design or from animation, and you want to click on from design. I'm actually going to go over those steps again so you can see them. Get this out of the way. So clicking on the icon, it's the sheet of paper with the folded over corner, and we're coming down to sorry, I'm ahead of myself. It's right here, design. We're clicking on that. We're going to drawing, from design, and this is all good. We're going to scroll down until we get to sheet size, and we want that to be sheet size A. That's the size of paper that we have in our printers, so that's what we're going to use. And then your orientation might be important. Most of us have vehicles that are longer than they are tall, so landscape is the orientation that we would want to use. If we had something that was really tall and kind of short, portrait might be the way to go. But I think 99% of the time we're going to be dealing with landscape. So we're going to click OK on that. It will create a new file. We can see over here there's a new tab that's being created. This is the one we were looking at over here. And on this new one, what we need to do next is place a view. But right before we get to that, we're going to change the scale. The scale is very important. We definitely want only one of these scales, which is 1:1. We want this car to be printed at its actual size. So the size that it is in digital world is the size that it needs to be on paper, because we are trying to make these things accurately. We can stick with all the defaults. Here I am doing my front view of the vehicle. If this wasn't what you wanted to trace, you might have to manipulate and maybe do the top, maybe do the right size view, but you can adjust that with this drop down. So we're going to come back and find that front view again. Okay, and I wanted to center this up a little bit. I can't do it now, but if I click OK, it will let me come and move this. This vehicle happens to be along the bottom here from left to right, 10 inches. This is an A-size piece of paper. An A-size piece of paper, the dimensions are, it is 11 inches long and it is 8.5 inches tall in landscape mode, which is what we have. It makes sense that with this car being 10 inches long, I should have about a ½ inch between the edge of the paper and the left edge of my car, and the same ½ inch on the right side from the car to the edge of the paper. So once I've done that, your next step looks like this. You're going to go to File. I was getting a little ahead of myself when I came to File earlier in the video, because what we want to do is we want to go to Print. And when you print this, you'll get a little pop-up box here. I'm just going to left click and drag this up a little bit so you can see it. You want this option right here, the one that's it's defaulted to, Remote Desktop Virtual Printer. That's what you want. Very important is to check the scale. You very likely will have fit to paper, which isn't truly 1:1 ratio. So you need to click on the little arrow beside it. You need to select 1:1. And you need to left click and drag this up. You need to see the print button that's blue and click on it. What's nice about this remote printer is it puts this file right into your downloads folder, where when you're, let's face it, when you're working in the virtual desktop, getting files in and out of your Google Drive is a bit of a pain. So this saves you some pain. Now what you have is two options. So option one And they'll both take place outside of the virtual desktop, by the way. So for printing this, option 1 is to go to the library, and on your Chromebook, you'll be opening up your downloads folder. So I just clicked on this little folder icon. You can go to downloads, and the thing that you just printed will be called remote print job. In this case, it's print job number 1. You can open that. So I double left clicked on that file, and now I'm opening it up. There's the car 1-to-1 ratio scale the way we want it, and then we click print after we were connected to that printer in the library. All right, so we'll close this. I will show you option number 2. So option number 2 is to go to your email and send this to the teacher. So we're going to come over here, we're going to compose a new email, and I'm going to make this big so you can't see all my emails. And then you would send it to the teacher. So that's me, right? Pet peeve of mine is students that never put a subject line in their emails. So let's say would vehicle for printing. Okay, now you need to attach the file. To do that, you come down here to the thing that looks like a paperclip, and you'll navigate to your downloads folder. Mine did that by default. Maybe you'll have to find it over here, downloads. And then we want that remote print job. I'm going to say open, and it will slowly load into the email. And once it's done that, you can click send to send it. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now your next steps obviously would be to get that piece of paper and to trace it onto your wood. So good luck following the video, and we'll see you all in the next one.